In this section, we discuss Excel logical functions. Right? Now, we have already discussed formulas. First, I will briefly explain the difference between a formula and a function. Now, here you can see a table. There are 5 students and their marks. Right? Suppose we need to calculate the total of each students, total marks of each students, right? Now, as you know, we can write a formula, right? If you write a formula, we should write like equal this marks, this self plus this one. Then I should repeat for all the 5 cells, right? Then it takes some time, and actually it is not practical if we have a large number of values to add together, right? Then if you use a general formula, there are some tasks you cannot do, right? But here instead of formula we can use a function, right? Then if you use a function, then we can easily do our data processing activities. Actually, function is a small program, right? A small program, a small written program in Excel. We can use these programs and call to do some activity, right? For example, in this case, instead of writing a formula including one cell by cell, I can write a formula called sum, right? Then as we discussed, it is already written piece of program, or we can say it's a small program, right? Program name is sum, right? These programs do some activity. We can send some data to the function, and then the function do the calculation or data processing activity, and it will return the answer, right? We can call to a function using general keyboard like equal, right? Suppose now I am going to the function called sum, right? You can type simple or capital, right? When you type equal, computer recognize you are trying to enter formula or function, right? If you type a name, then computer will automatically recognize we are trying to enter a function. Then it will display list of functions. In this case, since I started S, right? Then I can see sum, right? Now normally a function should type within bracket, right? Now here you can see sum, and then it will display the structure of this function, a series of numbers, right? Now you don't need to enter cell addresses. You can select a range of cells and close the bracket. If you have data set in another place, you can put a comma and select the data set. Right, now you can see the function is equal sum b3 f3. Now when I enter, Excel called this sum program or piece of program called sum function, and it sends all these cell values to the sum function, right? And thereafter it calculate the sum and then return and display in the cell, right? Now here you can see the answer 340, right? Okay, now if you copy it into the other cells, actually you are sending these functions, right? Right, now we can discuss about different type of functions. For example, right now first I will I use the keyboard. Now I can show you how to call functions using the function wizard, right? Suppose I need to calculate the average of these 5 subjects of each student. Here I can write again the same formula, or I can divide the total by 5, right? Then the problem is, if I delete one column, again I should change the values of the formula, right? Otherwise the average is not correct. But if you write a function, it will automatically update if you insert some values into the range O. Otherwise, if you delete a column or a data set, part of the data set. Now here I will show you how to use function wizard to enter function, right? You can see functions in the formulas tab, right? Now here you can see the formula tab. Here you can see insert function, right? Now you can see this first part for the specifically for the functions, these commands, right? These are categories of functions. Otherwise, when you click insert function, then you have this function builder wizard. Then you can see most recently used functions at the top, and then all the functions, right? All the functions, but it is difficult to find a function from this list. Therefore, it is therefore easier to go to select a category. For example, I need to calculate the average. I can find it from here. I can search average. Right now, I can see a list of functions that start with average, or we can click here. Right, you can click, you can't see all the places, then you can see more functions, statistical, and then you can see average at the top, right? Then it automatically identify the area, but it is not correct. We need to calculate the average, right? We need to calculate the average of these 5, right? Right, now I can write the average for other cells.